Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Sierra, otherwise known as the Chic and Savvy Belle, and I am back with another update on my twin pregnancy. That day to day that passes, I just get more and more grateful for, more and more blessed, and just overall I'm starting to really feel like God has made such an amazing move in my life, and I don't ever question God, because I know like every single thing I've ever been through has been for a reason and has had purpose. But like every day that passes that I'm able to feel healthy and strong, it's just another day that I'm just so humbly grateful for this blessing. It's just an amazing journey to see like how the past 13 weeks have just started to shift to, you know, I was grateful from the beginning, but I couldn't appreciate my gratefulness because I was just so exhausted and just so sick and just not myself. So yes, I'm just feeling so much better these days, and just God is so good. So I am here to talk about my first appointment with the specialist, Perinatologist. I think it's another name for it is a maternal fetal medicine doctor. Perinatologist, I'm pretty sure that's it. So if you watched my vlog where we found out it was twins, you would hear my OBGYN in the background saying that we would have to see the specialist because twins are a high-risk pregnancy. And so after waiting what seemed like forever, definitely more than a month, I've been waiting for this appointment, I finally saw the specialist today, and I was just like, when I tell you I was so excited about this appointment, I have been like counting down the days for this appointment. I had so many questions. The past 13 weeks I've had, this was like my first sign of feeling excited about the pregnancy, that I was just like, I cannot wait to talk to this doctor. This is the specialist. I'm gonna get all my questions answered. I'm gonna feel better. Like, I'm gonna be able to, like, y'all, like I keep explaining about something about me is that I'm very I'm a researcher, and I like to know what's happening. I don't like to like be confused about what's going on. So I like to have an idea of what is coming or what's to come or how to manage it, or just I'm just like to have information. I like to be educated. So I had a lot of questions, and when I say a lot, it was like 4 or 5 questions, but they were very detailed questions. So nonetheless, the appointment started off okay. Everything was good, and the nurse came in. The nurse was very nice, very kind, and one of the things that she said before I even like mentioned it was that I'm right on the brink of being able to get gender, but I'm like early but right there. So she was saying that the ultrasound tech may or may not have been able to get the gender, but she would try, and if she could, she would let us know. But they like us to be a little bit further along, just because they like to be sure about the genders. They don't like to give, you know, a gender and then be wrong about it, which is completely understandable. So I was like, okay, no problem. You know, I was like, to be honest, like I really just care about their health, my health. I'm patient. I'm not in any rush to find out the genders, so it's okay. So we waited, and then the ultrasound tech came and got us, and we went to the ultrasound room, and everything started out really good. There was the big screen on the wall. She had her machine right next to me, and everything just kind of started. So the first thing she said right as she was about to start, she said, oh, I looked at the notes from the nurse. She was like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I won't be doing gender today. And it was kind of like, it wasn't what she said, it was how she said it. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It was very authoritative. It wasn't in like a, and she may not have realized how she said it, but it just really rubbed me the wrong way, and it just took my excitement from like 100 to like a 90 immediately. And I was like, oh, you know, I said, I mean, I knew there was a chance that I wouldn't be able to or whatever. She was like, yeah, if I do it, I would just be taking a guess, and I don't like to be wrong. She was like, I like to make sure that I'm correct, and you know, you wouldn't want me to give you the wrong gender, blah blah blah. And so I was like, well, yeah, I understand. I was like, you know, and once again, repeated myself. I said, you know, at the end of the day, my concern is really their health and my health. I just want to make sure that, you know, I've created a healthy place for them and that they're healthy. That's really my biggest concern. And I was like, you know, but if you see anything, you know, I would love it if you could. And if you can't, that's fine. She was like, well, you know, I'm just, you know, she basically just was saying she's not, that's not even her concern. Like, she wasn't even basically gonna try. So I was like, okay. So I compressed myself and I was like, okay, no problem, moving on. So she did like, she was like, she's gonna get the boring stuff out the way and then go to the baby. So I saw her brush across my belly and I could see them. They were there and they looked like babies. They didn't look like gummy bears anymore. And so so she did like my ovaries and all that, I guess. And then she went to the first baby, which they start with baby A. She said that baby A is always gonna be the baby that is closest to your cervix, which, I mean, in the beginning she was giving me good information about what's what, this and that. And so she went on to tell me about baby A. I could see baby A, and baby A was moving, and I could see baby A's arms, fingers, toes. Like, she was even able to get a full profile shot of the face, and everything was going well. Then we got to the brain. Like, she showed me the baby's brain. The brain, everything is there, both sides of the brain. Like, everything was looking really good. She measured the baby. As she was doing it, she was giving me, you know, I'm measuring from rump to head. Baby measured right on pace. Everything was going just fine at that point. So during this time, my husband had the camera and he turned the camera on and it made the little beeping sound. And when I tell you, her head turned around like The Exorcist. Like, she turned around, it was like, you can't film in here. Like, super like general, like arm, you can hear the dog barking, I'm sorry y'all. Like, it was like she snapped, like, you can't film in here. And I was like, oh, I was like, okay. Like, now granted, the other facility we went to, they say we couldn't film, but when we went in here, it's a small, very intimate space, so I didn't see anything initially that said we couldn't, and I wasn't even thinking about it in that moment because I was so excited. So I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, why, you know, why is it that you can't? And she was like, I don't make the rules, I just follow them. And it was, once again, her delivery. And when she said it, she didn't even look at me. She was looking at the screen, and I could tell like she was frustrated or irritated with us. And I was like, okay, no problem. And so she just kind of continued. And I think at that point she was not feeling us. And it was like all over her face. Like, immediately the whole vibe in the room changed. And for me, I've already had a rough first trimester. I was excited about this appointment. I was told that I wasn't gonna get genders. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, hopes were high, but it didn't work out, no problem. Then I thought I would be able to get a little glimpse of the ultrasound on video. No, okay, no problem. Now I have a nasty attitude ultrasound tech who has a problem because I didn't know that we couldn't film in there. But nonetheless, once again, I'm like, I'm just going to focus because I want to enjoy this moment. So I was like, I decompressed once again, and I was like, I'm not gonna address this negativity in the room because it was just, the aura was, it just was all wrong after that. And so she continued to do baby A. So in this moment, the doctor comes in, okay? So we're on baby A. We haven't even gotten to baby B yet. So we're on baby A, doctor comes in. Doctor starts talking about all of the standard, you know, this is that, this is this for high-risk pregnancies. Very thorough. And to be honest, it's funny because the very first thing that I was thinking when the doctor came in, I was just actually very proud, because it was a woman, and it was an African-American woman, and I just, you know, like, to be a specialist, like, I'm always proud to see women first, and then African-American women in, you know, really prestigious positions. And that always makes me proud, because I really am big on education and, you know, really like pushing yourself as far as you can. And so when I saw that my specialist was an African-American woman, you know, I just was like proud. Like, I just had this proud feeling for her. And so I was just like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I love seeing women do their thing. And my clinic, actually all of the doctors are women, which is amazing. So I just love that. So I was excited, and I'm like, okay, so she's telling me all this information, very knowledgeable, and she, you know, asked me if I had any questions. I asked her all of my questions. Now, while we're talking, I am the type of person where I have always been taught, when you're speaking to someone, whether they are a homeless person on the street, the president of the United States, you speak to them with respect, and you look them in their eye, you make eye contact. So while she's talking to me, I'm looking at her, which is over here, and the screen is over here. So we're having a full-blown conversation. I feel the ultrasound tech doing stuff on my belly, but I am not looking at the screen because I'm talking to the doctor. So I was just like being respectful and engaged in the conversation, because that's what I was supposed to do. And so out of respect, right? So we are talking, and then I felt the ultrasound tech stop, and then my husband said, you didn't give me, I'm talking to the doctor, and my husband said, oh, you didn't give me baby B's heart rate, because I told him don't forget to document the heart rates, because I wasn't able to get the genders, and you know, their old wives' tale where the heart rates kind of can sometimes indicate what genders are. So I was like, well, Stank, don't forget to get the, like, write down the heart rates so I don't forget. And so so when he said that, I looked, and I said, are you done? And she was like, yeah. She hadn't turned the machine off, okay? And so she gave him the heart rate, and I was like, wait. I said, I didn't even get to see baby B, and I didn't even get to hear their hearts beat. And the ultrasound tech says, oh, I don't do heartbeats this early. I was like, huh? So, like, at that point, y'all, I lost it. I lost it. I just went from normal to crazy. Like, immediately, I couldn't even control my emotions. I feel like I snapped, and I said, like, without even thinking, when she said this, I said, you don't do nothing. And my husband said the way I said it, it was so horrible. And I mean, I'm laughing about it now, but I was so furious in that moment, because that was the third thing in a row that she said she wasn't gonna do or couldn't do, and her delivery was so rude. And I don't know if she knows that her delivery was the way it was, but she just, like, her response was, I don't do heartbeats this early. It wasn't, oh, well, we prefer to not use this at this time in this, like, it wasn't a nice educated response. It was, oh, I don't do heartbeats this early. And so I look at the doctor, and I'm like, after I said you don't do nothing, I was done. I was ready to go. I was like, am I done? Am I done? And so the ultrasound tech, she was like, well, I'm happy that you had good news, and she, you know, you came in because she hates me. So she says this to the doctor. And I'm already irritated with her. So she says that to the doctor, and I was like, no, I don't hate you. I said, it's just all of my expectations have been let down in this appointment when it comes to this ultrasound, and I'm just dealing with that, and that's, I am trying to deal with that. And so the doctor was like, well, wait. Now, up until this point, I enjoyed every single moment with the doctor, okay? I enjoyed every single moment with the specialist. I was very, once again, proud. I felt like she was knowledgeable. I felt she answered my questions. I was good, okay, until I realized that I had not seen baby B and that I had not heard anybody's heartbeat, and I had missed the second half of my ultrasound. I don't think that I am wrong for feeling some type of way when I am in an ultrasound and I haven't seen my babies at this stage and I miss the second baby. Like, I think that I had some right to feel some type of way in that moment. Like, I completely missed the whole baby. Okay, so the doctor was like, wait, tell me what your expectations were. You know, I want to understand, I want to know. And so I just was like, you know, I was already getting frustrated. My husband already knew it was time to go because he knows me so well. And so I said, well, no. I said, it's just, I came into this with expectations, and I said, you know, I understood it could be a possibility that I could get the genders, I couldn't. I was told no problem. Then she told me I couldn't film. Okay, no problem. Then, you know, it's like, you came in and I missed the entire second half of this ultrasound, okay? And then she tells me she can't even let me hear the heartbeats. It's like everything is like a no. And it's overwhelming in this moment because I've seen I've been watching YouTube and I've seen multiple 14-week ultrasounds on YouTube. I've seen people get twin genders, at 13-14 weeks. I was like, so I came in with expectations, and I understand those were my expectations, but it's just, this is happening and it's just too many no's in one. And so she listened, and then she was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, you know, a lot of women don't realize, you know, a lot of patients don't realize that the ultrasounds are not for you, they're for the doctor to make sure that the babies are okay, because our priority is the pregnancy and your uterus, and to make sure that things are, you know, this is a specialist appointment. We are looking for, you know, things that are very important and this and that, blah blah blah. I don't even know. It was like I heard her, but I was getting bits and pieces of it. And then she said, you know, it's not for entertainment purposes. And I was like, she was like, you know, with YouTube, that's entertainment. And I was like, no, wait. I say, ma'am. So at that point, I was so frustrated because one thing I hate, y'all, the one thing I hate is to be misunderstood. That is like, if you want to make me mad, misunderstand me. Like, I hate being misunderstood because I am just such a, like, I give so much, and I feel like I try to be as clear as I can be. So when someone misunderstands my meaning or misunderstands what I'm trying to say, it infuriates me and frustrates me, especially when I don't have an opportunity to clarify or make sure it's understood that that's not what I meant. So she was telling me about this entertainment this and entertainment that, and I was like, ma'am, from the very beginning of this appointment, I said to the nurse and I said to her that my priority was the baby's health and my health. It's, you asked me what my expectations were. You asked me this question. I didn't just come out and say, oh, YouTube this, YouTube that, I saw this. I didn't. You asked me. So now you're using what you just asked me against me, as far like trying to make it seem like I came in here for entertainment value. Like I just wanted to be entertained by the screen, whereas I've been struggling the past 13 weeks. This was the one moment that I have been waiting for in this pregnancy. I was very excited about this appointment, and you guys are killing my vibe. Like at that point, I was crying, I was angry, I just was ready to go. And so I was like, so now, you know, I feel like I'm going to be the patient where when I get here, everybody's gonna roll their eyes. I'm not gonna have a good experience going forward because I'm gonna be that patient. They were like, no, oh no, we wouldn't do that. We just want to understand. And I'm like, I know people, okay? I am gonna have a stigma on my back every time I go there because I'm now the patient who freaked out because I couldn't get a gender and I couldn't take a video and I couldn't hear the heartbeat. It was like, you asked me a question and I answered it, and I told you why I had these expectations, and then you used that against me. And so I was just, y'all, I was just so frustrated at that point. It was just so many emotions because, once again, you guys, I have been struggling this whole pregnancy so far, and today was like that ray of sunshine day for me, and I felt like it just was slowly fading. And I was just like, what the frick? Like, I was okay until I missed my baby, okay? I missed the entire baby B. And it wasn't even like the ultrasound tech was, oh, let me turn it back on or any of that. Then the doctor goes to say that she apologized for coming in on the ultrasound, but she was watching it in her office and she saw that everything looked great, and she thought it was a good time to come in because she didn't have any concerns and she didn't feel like, you know, it wasn't anything she couldn't do while, like, to do it at the same time. And then she says, you know, we schedule patients every 15 minutes and, you know, we try to keep things flowing. And so in that moment, that comment made me change how I viewed her in that moment. Prior to that, I was still holding on because I enjoyed my visit with her. And then when she said that, that then took me to another place, because I waited an hour, okay, to be seen patiently with no problem, was so excited. The time had I did not even care about the time. And then for you to tell me that you schedule patients every 15 minutes and make me feel like my time with you is not valuable, for you to walk in on my ultrasound, because this is, you know, and I understand that their job is just to, the ultrasound is not for me, I get that, but as a mom of first-time twins, a new experience, hell, it doesn't even have to be twins, I feel like just period, there's got to be some type of understanding that this is an exciting moment for moms. So while yes, this ultrasound is to verify things with the babies and make sure they're healthy, it's still an experience for me. And that experience was tainted when you came in and I didn't get to see my second baby. Like, I don't see how that is a problem, that I was disappointed that I missed a whole baby. Like, a whole baby. It's not like I missed you looking at my uterus. I missed a whole baby. So I think I had the right to be a little upset or disappointed in that moment. And so, you know, when she's telling me about other patients and trying to keep things on schedule, okay, I feel like for the specialist, I should have more than 15 minutes. And to be quite frank, every appointment I've had thus far has been thorough, and those are the regular OBGYNs. I thought my specialist appointment was going to be even more thorough. So once again, that's an expectation I guess I went into that appointment with that shouldn't have been there, I guess. But for me, I would think that the specialist appointment would be more engaged and more detailed and more informative, you know, than a regular appointment. So nonetheless, I left there in tears, and I am not a crier, but this pregnancy is just doing me in, y'all. Like, it was just like my excitement. I was just so sad because I was just so excited about that appointment. And while I got the information, I got good information. Like I said, the doctor, up until the point where I felt like her and this ultrasound tech teamed up against me, I was happy with her, and until she asked me a question, I answered it, and then I felt like she misinterpreted my response and then responded with information that was not relevant to what I was saying. So yeah, that was my first, sorry, the camera only goes so long. But yeah, that was my first experience. And you know, by the grace of God, my husband knows me so well, y'all. Like, he is like my calm to every storm. When I get to that point when and it takes a lot, like, it takes a lot to really push me, but once I'm there, there's no coming back. And that third comment of I don't do heartbeats this early just blew my mind. I still don't, that part, I still can't make sense of that. Like, is it not normal to want to hear your baby's heartbeat? Am I? Comment below. Maybe I'm tripping. I understood the gender thing, but to not be able to even hear the heartbeat, is that too was I asking for too much? I'm just confused. And then before I left out the room, because I got myself, I was out of there. Like, I didn't even want to talk to them anymore. Before I left out the room, the lady was like, can I just tell you why I don't do heartbeats? And I was like, why? What else could you possibly say? And she was like, you know, it puts stress on the babies. Okay. Okay, ma'am, thank you. It puts stress on the babies to hear their heartbeats. Okay. That may or may not be true. And if it is true, there was a better way for you to tell me that. There was a better way other than, I don't do heartbeats this early. I'm just saying. Delivery. So yeah. So now I have to wait 5 whole weeks before I go back to get another ultrasound, which I am grateful, because I know in singleton pregnancies, you really only get maybe 2 ultrasounds unless something's wrong. The whole pregnancy, I think with my son, I only got two ultrasounds. So, excuse me, I am grateful that I have the opportunity to, you know, see them every 4 to 5 weeks and make sure they're okay. I'm super grateful for that. I am feeling I don't know how I feel about the duo. You know, I am a very easy person, and I just feel like I don't know, you know, maybe I overreacted, I don't know, but I just don't think I did. I don't know how wanting to hear my baby's heartbeats and wanting to see baby B could have been truly that misunderstanding. Like, I can't see it, and maybe because it's me, I can't see it. So I definitely did still try to take the good with the bad. I got all of my questions answered, and I was able to find out that my twins are di twins, which means that they have their own sac and they have their own placentas, which is the safest type of pregnancy, twin pregnancy, to have. So I'm grateful for that. Very grateful, because I have been doing a lot of YouTube entertainment research. I'm just kidding. No, but literally, I mean, YouTube there's, other than for entertainment purposes, like the doctor was saying, there's very good information on YouTube. And I have learned a lot about the 4 different types of twins from YouTube and from Google and research. And so when she said di twins, she didn't even have to go into detail as to what that meant. I already knew what that meant because I've done my research. But she did say that means that she did tell me. That's what I'm saying. I was happy with the doctor. I was super good with the doctor until the end. And, you know, now it's like, one of my good friends, I told her what happened, and she was like, you need to change doctors. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna change. I love my OBGYN. From that, I love I've had nothing but great experiences with my doctors so far, other than the specialist appointment today. And I think it just went left because of the ultrasound, not because of the actual doctor and the doctor's knowledge. So I'm not going to jump the gun and do that. I did tell them going forward, I will just come to my appointments and just be there, because I feel uncomfortable with the fact that I was misunderstood. That was just me overreacting probably in the moment. I do hope that we can press the reset button at my next appointment, and if not, if I feel like there is a negative energy in the room, or it's something that we cannot get past, then I will request a new specialist to see. Just because I need to have nothing but good juju around me during this time. This pregnancy was unplanned. I need positive vibes and good energy, and I want to be able to enjoy my visits with the doctors every time, not sometime, but every time, because that's a very important connection that you have to have with this type of matter. So I definitely plan on making sure that, you know, going forward, I have a positive outlook on, you know, what to expect. I now know to go with no expectations and be grateful for what I get. But going forward, I am going to definitely request that my ultrasounds not be interrupted, because I feel like it's not too much for me to, as a mom and as a mother, to feel like I want to be able to view my ultrasound without having to not be able to, because I'm talking to the doctor during the ultrasound. So I think that that is something I should feel that I should be able to have, and I hope that that's not something that is, you know, unreasonable, because I will absolutely have to find somewhere else to go. You know, and also, like I said, comment below, let me know, because I haven't had a baby in 12 years, okay? So maybe things have changed a lot since my pregnancy, because when I got my ultrasounds, they were like separate from my doctor's appointments. Like, I had ultrasound, it would get sent to the doctor. This was unique because the doctor was watching the ultrasound live and came in. So, you know, I don't know if that's the new thing, if that's the new way, I don't know, but y'all let me know, because I'm new to this. Like, this is almost like having a first kid, okay? So let me know if I had too many expectations. But here's my ultrasound, and y'all, baby B, the one I didn't get to see, has the lip poked out, guys. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but look at the lip poked out. Ah, look at it. It's like his lips, like, and that's how my son was born. My son was born like he was crying, and it was just like, so when I saw these pictures, I was so irritated that I did not get to see this baby balling his lip out like that, or her, I don't know what they are. But I do have pictures. I don't have any, as you can see, she didn't give me any pictures where the babies are, like, I can see both babies at the same time, which, I mean, I would have loved to have that, but I have profiles. I can see both babies' faces, and everything's good to go. All of their body parts and limbs are there from what they saw today, and everything looks good. So yes, I'm super excited about that. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and it's just another piece of the puzzle. All right, y'all.